I don't know if this thing's working. One of the most uncomfortable, most shakeable moments I can ever remember in my entire history is when my brother, who was working at the same company I was, he was brand new, little wet behind the ears, as they say, and he wanted to start this new media platform. He didn't do a lot of research, it's true. He decided that he was going to sell people on being in front of Delta Airlines, being on Delta napkins, being in the Delta lounges in various airports. So he started marketing that he does this. He said that he did it as an exclusive, and somehow somebody that he approached said, "That sounds really good. I'd love to have a meeting with you." And at the time we were in New York City, in Manhattan, in another advertising agency. And he says, "Chris, I need your help. We got our first real hot lead here. I don't know enough about the client, but I think you and I are going to present it. It's going to be killer." I said, "Really? Can you tell me anything?" He goes, "We don't need it too much because it's starting in like 15 minutes, so just get ready. You look good. I'll start it off and we'll wing it together." And I said, "What are we doing?" He says, "The Delta thing." And I said, "I don't exactly know what that's involving." And he goes, "Don't worry, I got this." He didn't have it. As soon as we got there, I quickly realized that I don't know what this is all about. And the guys were looking at us to find out whether or not we knew our stuff. And they said, "So what exactly is the exclusive you have with Delta?" And then Brian starts talking and he says, "Well, we can do all kinds of things in the air. If you want to do napkins or coasters, that kind of thing. As soon as like they are delivering the food, that's where you can do some presentation. Or if you want to go to the lounges, we could do that. So you've got the exclusive on all this," they said. And he's like, "Absolutely." And he goes, "That's funny because our company is the only company that has the exclusive on Delta Airlines." To which he and I at the same time, I think we turned green. I had no idea what I was doing there. I was just there for support, and it was the most uncomfortable. Then there was a lot of backpedaling, I remember, a lot of fidgeting, I recall, a lot of sweating profusely, and I was happy to get the hell out of there. That was when I was truly shakeable. Thank you, Brian, for that opportunity. Welcome to another edition of the Sultan of Small Talk. I'm Chris Carbone. Today we're going to talk about something that is really on my mind this week. How do you become unshakable? How do you have that unshakable resolve where you just don't flinch, you just stay bold, and just keep to the task at hand no matter what the opposition? It just doesn't change things. Oh, I almost forgot. You gotta like this stuff. And if you don't like it anyway, because we really could use the likes. It's good for the algorithm. All you gotta do is hit that little button, boop, boop, and it will happen for you. I want you to have the confidence to hit that subscribe button, and we're gonna get better stuff every single week. So we'd really appreciate it. Don't you just love the kind of confidence that somebody exudes when they just have an unshakable resolve? And there's a lot of things that people can be unshakable about. When I was looking into this topic, I saw a lot of biblical references, how somebody has like a unshakable faith, for example, or an unshakable confidence. That seemed to be the one that I was initially kind of drawn to. Now, don't you just love it when somebody is so confident in who they are and what they're all about that it almost exudes a type of confidence in other people? Kind of like this guy has it all figured out, and I know it's in very capable hands when he's running the project. When I started out in my career, I know I was anything but really confident. It's easy to fall victim of being without confidence because you just don't know enough. Sometimes people have the advantage of being so naive that they think they kind of have it all figured out, or they don't even worry about the possibility that they can't execute on what they have in their head. But I know it only helps to keep preparing and keep executing on things repetitively. Sure is a lot of light in my eyeballs right now. Just give it a pause. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. It's It's easy to think about some of those elite athletes that have all the pressure on their shoulders, and yet they've got the resolve and they've got the confidence and they've got the skills to make it despite the pressure, whether they have 3 seconds left in a halftime or 3 points down and they have to shoot the three-pointer. That's the kind of confidence we all want to have in our own professions and oftentimes with the relationships that we have. Many creatives and entrepreneurs are really excited about getting started, but they're just very fearful that one of two things is going to happen. Well, one, they are worried that if they start out in this new career or this new passion that they have, that they want to start a new business, they don't know if they're going to pay the bills. They don't know if they're going to keep the lights on or be able to pay the rent. And that's a fair and reasonable fear. The other thing that really keeps them from moving at all is because they've got this deep-seated fear that they're going to be ostracized by other people. They're going to be afraid that they'll look foolish or they're going to let somebody down. And that's not entirely fair, because then you'd never get a chance to truly live out your full dreams and your full potential. But we cannot live in the fear of looking foolish to other people. Of course, everyone wants to have it all figured out, and the only way to have it all figured out is to make strides every day towards obtaining greatness. Does that make sense? Not entirely. With repetition, something that feels difficult gets better. Honey, I need a little help on this one. I'm looking over here and going, these notes aren't very good. These are my notes. They're not really good. Hoping something good might show up. No, nothing. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. When you're a small business owner, you do have to have a certain degree of confidence in any of your teammates. So anyone who's on your team, they're going to play an instrumental part of that team. And so you want to make sure that they have those kind of attributes. One of my favorite attributes for any person, and not just somebody on my team, but like friendships and such, is somebody who's truly accountable. I kind of feel like that is something that is no longer in vogue. People don't seem to realize that that's so important. It's almost like it's a dying trend, and it's terrible, because to be accountable is, in my opinion, very mission critical, because you just want to say what you're going to do and then fulfill that thing that you say that you're going to do. Now, I want that in my staff, but then when you think about it, conversely, my own staff need to see that same attribute play out in me with the leadership role, because they can't really depend on me, whether it be where the jobs are going to come from next week, or what we're going to do as a team, or what the overall sense of the team is, if I have no understanding of what that is. And if I'm not accountable to them, then they're just not going to relay that same accountability for me. So as the business owner, you obviously have to lead by example, and then you hope that that example plays out in your team as well. When I think about Unshakeable, I think of the imagery of a bridge. Now, there are lots of bridges. I live in New Jersey, so just over the Hudson, there's lots of bridges. There's the Brooklyn Bridge, there is the George Washington Bridge, there's the Tappan Zee, but then there's also the great bridges that we've seen in traveling, like the Golden Gate Bridge. What does it take to be that unshakable, like a bridge? Certainly you have to have a great foundation, and that foundation has to be certain core truths, like we're talking about characteristically in the people that we have serving our team. For example, somebody who's sturdy and reliable and accountable. Those things are all very similar, and I think you have to weather the storm, because not always in business is it going to be great. Sometimes people are going to have challenges, and you're going to want to make sure that they can handle those challenges. And that could be like the windstorm, or it could be something that has to take place over a long period of time. Are they going to be reliable for a long extended period of time? I hope any of this makes sense. Hold on a second. Those notes need to be revised. So at some point, you just know confidently that that bridge is going to support you. I mean, we drive over them, we walk over footbridges. What gives us the confidence that they're going to hold up under pressure and under the strain of things? Well, that's going to be just trust. Trust is going to be at the core of this, of course. I pose the question to you this way. What shakes you right now in your business or in the business that you wish to start? What gets you kind of unnerved right now? Is it you're worried about where the money will come from and therefore where the sales will come from? Does that shake you? Is it a possible angry client who's not terribly enthusiastic about the product that you put out? Is it something else? So I'd love to hear about that in the comments below. Get the conversation going. With me, nothing shakes me. Just kidding. You're unstoppable. You're unbreakable. You're unshakable. You're the best.
Nothing's gonna get you down. You're the best. What's that from, Rocky?
I don't really know. What am I trying to say, hon? Thank you. I'll find something in this.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Shake it off. Let's go. It's enough.